Hey everybody in YouTube world, Top Fat Bastard here. Third segment of the Winchester 97 restore project that I've got going on. With this particular device, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but the plug that was in here with the ring that allows the amount of rotation was reversed. So turn that back. Seems to be working good now. I got this the tube coming out fairly easy. It's not as easy as I've run across with others, probably because some of the threads are messed up. I got the new walnut stock on the front end, and that was fairly easy because I ordered a wrench from Numeric Arms, $11, so far the cheapest that I've seen. Went in, unscrewed, came right out, new piece went on there, didn't clamp it down like a blacksmith forge and iron, but it's on there tight, and I've been playing with this for a while, racking it back and forth, making sure everything's okay. So that's good. It's a lot easier to remove the front section of the shotgun off of the receiver. That's a great thing. And speaking of, by the way, had a lot of fun getting the broken pins out. The broken pins were the pin down in here, which holds in this pin, which had been lost, who knows, whatever. It was replaced with like a 20-penny nail that they jammed in, peened over, bent up, because it's only mild steel, so it couldn't handle it. Ground the head off of that, pulled that out, and that pin there, of which you can now kind of see, brand new pin in there. That's great. That was a lot of fun getting out. Very interesting on how I figured that one out too. Spent about $35 on extraction tools of left and right-handed cobalt drill bits, and I bought an $11 like a number 10 screw extractor that had a left-handed twist. It's supposed to drill through everything, and had the extractor on the other end going out. Well, also did some work on the sear. You can see manually the hammer cocks down just fine, so we'll deal with that just after this. Getting the screw out was a lot of fun because with all the work involved, plus my skill level being kind of low as it is, I was about 2 seconds away from calling the gunsmith and asking them how much they charge, when everything seemed to come out just fine. Because I drilled a hole through the receiver. Okay, monetarily wise, this thing is not very good. Educational wise, completely awesome, and one of those dough moments that you just slap your forehead with. Other than that, from this point here, I drilled the first hole through the receiver, which was an accident. Didn't want to do that. The hole that you see there is a larger hole from the original that went in there, because I figured once there's a hole, you're pretty much done. When I drilled the larger hole, I was able to use my pin punch, and even using my pin punch, lining the bolt up with that hole, and then driving the pin out that direction was actually quite a bit of work. Wasn't as extensive as drilling the hole, but for driving a pin out, I can understand why none of the drills, none of the extractors would have worked. The sucker, it was gummed up, rusted out, really bad. The whole thing was horrible. I got it out. I wasn't able to get the screw back in the bolt head. Again, to get the new pin in there. Come on, baby. To get that new pin in there was gumming up a lot of problems. So I had grabbed my trusty 1032 stainless steel bolt. Seen this before. And tried fitting that in there. Tried fitting it in there. And started going after a little while. Chased the threads on this. Put that on there. Put the new pin in there, went down, backed it out, went down, backed it out, went down, backed it out, and finally the pin just seated itself, and it sits there. But it does have a tendency to creep out as I'm playing with the slide in action on here. So I'm thinking about maybe trying to use a lightweight thread lock just to kind of keep it there, because even now, I don't know if you can see it, we get in here a little bit, even now, it's starting to creep out just from racking the gun back and forth, playing with it like I am right now. So, a lot of fun that way. the pin here that broke off, once I ground this pin out, punched out the nail that was there, on this side, you'll be able to see the channel because this screw is the hold-in screw for this pin. Once you get the pin out, you'll be able to see the screw pin head from this side with a good enough amount of light, touch of oil, and one of those drill bits that I was using left-handed, I would reach in there with a hook of the tip and wiggle it way out, and finally it came out. Yay! No visits to the gunsmith. Save a lot of money that way. Hey, except for this here. Don't pay attention to that. Anyway, from that point there, was able to chase the threads. Pin went back in. Both pins doing good. The slide action screw pin seems to be doing well other than walking out. Got to do a little bit of sanding on the inside of the receiver to kind of get the last little burrs off of the inside of the receiver. And I'll be doing good there. Now, when it comes down to the sear and the issue that I had with the hammer drop is gone away. Okay? Boom. Right there, see? Working really nice so far. Okay, I'll hold that down, not get my finger. There you go. Doing just great. Hammer goes down all the way. So what I had to do was I had to remove the cartridge carrier block, punch the pins out, you take out obviously this base screw right here, not the pin, just the screw, pull that out, pull this pin out. As you move this back, I had to remove the barrel off of the front end, which obviously you've seen this before, so we'll just go through it really quickly now. Like so, up, twist, rotate, like so, hammer back, here, reach in, and pop down. Okay, so bolt carrier here, remove the screw, this pops out this way. From that point there, punch the pin, which is a complete pain because you worry about one losing it, however your workstation is. Hopefully it's not your living room like mine. Punch the pin out, had to take a honing stone with a little bit of oil, hold it at a particular angle, and just go back and forth. I did that about, I don't know, 16, 20 times at that angle. Reinserted it, re-put everything back in, racked it back and forth, seemed to work a little bit better. Pull it all out, do it another 20 or 30 times. Each one's going to be different, so just don't do it 60 times and you're done. Depends on the grit on the honing stone. This is very smooth. This is considerably rougher. So I went with the rougher side. I want a quicker material removal. Got it back in there. Got everything back together, and it's working awesome. So very happy considering that aspect of this life, of this little world here. Now if I can just get this back in front of you guys. Come on. There we go. There's that. Up. Up. Now, the one thing I was looking at was another major case was with the adjustment of the sear, you have to have the adjustment of the hammer fall. Ow! And watch where your knuckle goes. I already got myself pretty bad today, so that was off my Winchester 97 trench gun. You get used to having shotguns that don't have exposed bolt heads, so be careful with that. This too, that was luckily nothing. So one of the things that they says in the video that when it's coming down and you see it flying forward is the carrier is supposed to engage first, which you see it kind of there, and then the hammer is going to drop like so. So with the adjustment screw here behind the trigger, I sit there and you turn it by half or quarter at a time, depending upon what you want. I finally got it into the right position. So, thankfully, aside from the hole in the receiver, everything seems to be working up to par. I still need to take it out and test fire it. Test firing it will give me whether or not the left-handed extractor on the bolt face needs to be resurfaced. It'll give me feed and function characteristics. which I look at from that point there. But luckily, I've only spent about 180 bucks in extra parts, one of which I didn't need to use, and that's my extra sear. So, because this just needed to be adjusted. The hammer is worn down quite a bit. Let's see here if you can see it. The hammer is worn down quite a bit. You can see the flat spot on the knurled area, and you see this here, hence the sear extraction. The bolt head's not pushing down on the hammer enough to engage the second sear lock, which is the firing position. It only went into half cock, which is great because it's a deeper cut, which is nice. So at that point there, I might think about getting this parkerized. The guy here in town can only do parkerizing due to EPA crap. I'm pretty sure that's a lot of the Santa Rosa City ordinances. They like to infringe upon our gun rights as much as possible. From that point there, it's I might look into bluing. You know, it's a nice gun. It's got the 30-inch barrel on it. I may put it up for sale. Who the hell knows? I may cut it down to 20.5 inches on the barrel and just use it as a extra riot control. Our neighbors across the street over here are pretty bad. I hope you guys have found a little bit of fun, a lot of information that was helpful, and, you know, pass it on. I will be doing a breakdown of the Winchester Model 97 trench gun coming up next time. Whee! The bayonet leg on there. This is a Norinco make. Anyway, I'll get into that in the next video. So, I will talk at you guys later. Have a good day.